I'd have known they were going to be that good, I'd have had the former cheerleaders up here. That would have been fun. I would like Blosser to explain, as the president of the class, how he let 3 girls talk him into having the class color be pink and white. How could that happen? But then again, he hasn't shaved since 1972, so I'm just saying. That would be good. We'll do that in a minute. I moved to Warsaw in the 7th grade, and if any of you moved, I was just talking to Deanna Dietrich, and she had to move after her sophomore year. And so, you know, I didn't want to leave all my friends. And so my parents said, we're moving to Warsaw, Indiana. I said, that's fine, but I'm staying here in Decatur, Illinois. But then when I get up here and I see they got 100 lakes, I was out there helping the movers. What a great place to grow up, I'm telling you. I met Paul Brown the first day, and naturally we played basketball, and then we went to Center Lake. The second day, I meet Jim Dalton. We pick cherries, we sell the cherries, and then we go to Center Lake. So when you got all these lakes, what a great place to grow up. I lived on Main Street with Phil Scholl, Dick Clark, Larry McDonald, Mike Case, and Beverly Buell, all within a 1-block radius. And I'm sure, we had a great time. And I'm sure all of you experienced the same thing growing up in Warsaw. I was talking to Blosser today, and he was talking about how many people that were within his 1 or 2 block radius. So this is a great place to grow up. The other thing that's important to know, that each class has leaders. And I would like Becky DuPoy, Beth McDowell, Leroy Pratt, Bonnie Stoner, Brent Julian, Mike Kelly, and myself were standing. Those people, please stand. Please stand. We were all August Leo babies, and we're the leaders. Y'all sit down. Now, I'm going to deviate a little bit from this program, and I'm going to have kind of an unusual auction, and it's called the Schellenberger Schroeder auction. I'm going to kind of do the auction, and Schroeder is going to be the enforcer. So every man, woman, and child knows that they can't mess with John, so you're going to dig deep. The first thing I want to auction off is, or tell you about, is Pam Hartle loaned Norma Jean Weckler a dress when Norma Jean was in a beauty contest with about 5,000 other girls, and she ruined Pam's dress. Well, of course, so Pam doesn't want it back.
I didn't know this story.
And Norma Jean is a big Oregon fan, football fan. So here's what Norma Jean did with Pam's dress. Now Pam doesn't want this. The second thing that I have to auction, and no one can look at but one person, but believe me, you've all seen him. We're all got in trouble. I never let my mother see him. But Mike Kelly was an artiste. And so I am going to give Mike Kelly my senior cords, but you all are going to pay for them. So Mike, where are you? Where's Mike Kelly? There he comes. I liked him. He said, did you bring him? Did you bring him? And Bob Craig brought his, and Bob Craig's not going to give him to him either. third item was a Doug Core connection. Now, Doug and I kind of, in a lot of ways, were joined at the hip. He lives in Winona Lake, or lives on Winona Lake. I lived on Winona Lake. We both worked at Donnelly's. He got to stay and be the kingpin. They threw me out. We both played Little League, and we played freshman football together. And the story about Doug was, in our Little League, there were a lot of good catchers. Dean Stamper was our classmate, Pete Freeman, and then Woody Core. And I thought Woody Core's got a cool name. So I played for the Yankees, and Merle Shively was my coach. And I said, Merle, I'd like to pitch. And Merle said, my son's the pitcher, so you're not pitching. So I said, well, then I'd like to try catching. So he let me catch, and Gary threw 4 balls right down the middle, and every one of them went by me. So that was the end of my catching career. So next comes freshman football. And Woody was probably as good athlete as I'd ever seen, and so Coach Litchenwalder saw that, and he decided to make Woody the starting quarterback. And I was either the second, sometimes, and third string quarterback. And it's the last game of the season. I don't recall whether we were winning big or losing big. But in the fourth quarter, they put me in, but they made me wear Woody's jersey, which I guess was a rule at the time. So he has to take his jersey off. He gives it to me. Litchenwalder calls a passing play. I drop back, 18-yard loss. Litchenwalder calls me to the sidelines. He says, here's what I want you to do. Take the ball, hand it to Fanslow or Schroeder, and get out of the way. His rightful jersey that I stole from him, and I'm auctioning that off. Where is Woody Kelly? Here, Woody. Come out there. You believe this? Donnelly's, Winona Lake, Little League baseball, and freshman football. Okay, the deal is we're taking this bag, and we're going to pass it around, and I want every man, woman, and child to put $1 in, and it's going to go to a good cause. Reach in your billfolds. That's the auction price for these people, $1 each person here. And if you don't give the $1, Schroeder will be visiting.